Okay. We got some beef between the track world and the NBA world. Do you know who Noah Lyles is? Have you heard of him, or for the first time this week at least?
I gotta be honest with you. I just start hearing about him these last couple of months because he's hot. He's heating up the track, but it's a new thing. Apparently, we're back on. America is back on. You got him and you got Sha'Carri. So. Yeah,
listen. Well, he made a comment that did not sit right with the NBA world, and they decided to virtually jump this man. I'll tell you how this went down. So Noah Lyles was speaking on how hard it is to win a world title in track and field, and he said, quote, "You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States?" And of course, Kevin Durant, who never shies away from the smoke.
Of course he jumped in.
He was the first one to jump in, and he said, quote, "Somebody help this brother." But that wasn't enough for Noah, because all of the NBA came in after him. Devin Booker just put an emoji covering his face. Damian Lillard said TF, which y'all know what that means, crying emoji. Aaron Gordon said, "Whatever, I'm smoking buddy" in the 200-meter. We have, I believe this is Juan Toscano-Anderson, said, "Last time I checked, the NBA was the best competition in the world." UD said, "Big fan, but go on with that bull, bruh. Hashtag suckers." And that's not it. The NBA players kept trickling in. Bam Adebayo got a lick in. There was a lot of players who got a lick in. I guess in his mind, the comments sounded better than it came across to the NBA. Now, people are divided on whether they agree or disagree with Noah's initial statement about world champions.
That's right,
I'm somebody who disagrees with it. Why?
This isn't the Olympics. Noah's right. Like,
in what way? I'm interested.
The NBA is a United States thing. Okay? So they're not world champions. I mean, we say this in the NFL, like we're really speaking on it, because we say this in the NFL as well. World champions, world champions. Ain't nobody playing football in Japan, like not like that. Ain't nobody playing football in Brazil, not like that. Right? So is it really? Are we really the world champions? I think Noah has an argument here. He does. This is the only sport. I say this all the time.
Okay.
A lot of time, athletes, how we don't take care of ourselves and do business like Olympians. Olympians, this is a totally different lifestyle. It's a totally different world, right? And I always say this to my kids, like, man, pick a sport that allows you to travel the world. That's a different experience. They travel the world. They're in Brazil today, and next week they could be running in the UK. They're going against the best of the best every single week. Okay, so to me, they are world champions. And the NBA is in a better position than the NFL, right? Because the NBA, they are bringing the Lukas over. They are bringing the Jokers over, right? Like we've seen this going back into in time. I guess maybe the Spurs were the first to really lean into this and saying, like, we see the talent overseas. So the NBA is filled with great players, but there's so many more. And then the NFL, for sure, we're not world champions.
Well, I'm going to push back on that, because I actually don't have an issue with the title world champions. I use it constantly, and I'll tell you why. I'll say, for starters, the NBA is the best basketball league in the world. And this is in comparison to other basketball leagues, which there are across the world. We have a plethora of international players in the league, which is showcasing that, again, the NBA is the best league in the world, which is why international players want to play in the NBA. They're not choosing to stay in their home countries and play there. Also, some people can say, well, they only play against other American leagues, other American teams rather, which is fair, but you can't negate the fact that when you take the very best of the best from the NBA and they play for Team USA in the Olympics, we walk away with the gold every single time, which just continues to solidify.
Back on track now.
But it continues to solidify that the NBA contains the greatest basketball players collectively in the world, because when you pit them up against other countries where there are other talented players, the talent is not the same level. The NBA consists of the greatest basketball players in the world, regardless of where they came from, regardless of where they will continue to come from.
So would you
the league is the best of the best. They are world champions, 100%.
You listen, it's semantics, and you know we can do the wordplay thing all day, not just you and I, but everybody in this discussion. You know, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? Like I'm like a Kobe guy. Kobe said that international ball seems to be better. He said this, I believe, in like 2008, 2009. International ball seems to be better.
He didn't say it was better. He said it was tougher. But
Okay.
that's not.
So-
I think anybody
all right.
will agree with that. The rules are different.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, Wu, can you do this for me? The last 4 MVP, and Ashley, you may know this off the top of your head. The last 4 MVPs of the NBA, I think they're all international players, right? So we're seeing guys like Joel Embiid, the jokers of the world, come over. Giannis Antetokounmpo, did I say that right? Giannis come over and dominate. But where are they coming from? Who's
Right.
the next Giannis?
But think about what you just said,
Yep.
and then look at the landscape of the NBA. If the NBA wasn't the premier league,
They wouldn't come here.
They wouldn't be coming here. They would stay in their home countries and play. But they're not, because the NBA is the creme de la creme. It is the
I
best
agree
of
with
the
that.
best.
I agree with that. I guess what I'm saying when I think about an Olympic athlete or even a tennis player, golfers, you travel the world every single day or every single week competing against people across the world. NBA, NFL, we're confined by this United States border. You know, yes, we do have international players, but are we really seeing the best of the best throughout the world? I don't know.
I mean, you see it in the Olympics, though.
Yeah, you see it in the Olympics 100%.
You see it right now in FIBA. Like, it's not, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of a regular NBA season, yes, you're not going against the world. But there are plenty of times in between that, the Olympics, FIBA, where you see Team USA battle against basketball players from other countries
Right.
and dominate them. So that just goes ahead and further solidifies that the NBA is the best in the world. You don't need to go ahead and play the world consistently for that to be true. There's enough evidence to go ahead and back up that claim. So I get it where people will say, well, you can't be the best if you don't go against the best frequently, but you go against them enough to say
Right.
that nobody can beat them because they
Okay.
are the best.
Okay. All right, we'll discuss maybe another
Well,
time.
Andrew, I know you had the last.
Yeah, so it's actually the last 5 years. It's been only Joel from Africa, Nicola.
Can we hear your audio?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, so Joel Embiid, who's African,
Nicola Jokic
Nikola Jokic, who's Serbian,
and Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's Greek, Nigerian,
12 years was the previous one with Dirk.
and then Dirk, obviously German. So it went 12 years before
5-year run.
the 5-year run. Got it. Okay.
And what Kobe was saying, because I brought that up quickly, the sentiment around his statements were like they're better, like they're more skilled, they're playing the game differently. You know, during that time when Kobe made that statement, we just wanted to dunk and have the highlights, but the way they played the game, how they played together. So it's going to be interesting to see how the NBA continues to embrace international players and play. You know, we're definitely in a watershedding moment in sports. You know, everything that's happening in Saudi Arabia and, you know, our leagues here trying to expand. Look what the MLS is doing with Messi, another that you saw with Messi. All right, let's move on to
real
the
quick
daily
though,
route.
if you're
Let's-
Noah Lyles, Brandon, are you like, damn?
Say that again?
If you're Noah Lyles, are you like, damn, that's not the way I thought this was going to go?
Yeah,
it's not even,
well,
it's
I
not
mean-
even, KD didn't even just, you had the entire league coming
I
at you at
know.
various points of that
That's
one day.
tough.
Are you like, damn, that's not what I'm, damn.
No, I think you need a little controversy to be the best. Like, he's on a heater right now. He's doing a phenomenal job. And so being able to have a KD and Dame and all those other guys
You don't
chime
think he
in,
sounds like a little bit of a hater?
I'm loving it. If I'm his PR team, I'm like, all right, how we spin this? What's the T-shirts that we're going to
You don't
create?
think he sounds like a little bit of a hater?
No,
Not even like a little more so of a hater?
I guess I got a little bit of hater in me because like I said, I think his statement is kind of valid. He has an argument there, but you know,
Okay.
I guess we can't agree on that one.